If you want to ever know my Starbucks order, this is it. This is my favorite. Chamomile mint blossom tea, 3 pumps of honey blend syrup. Make it a venti. Hit me. I am turning 37 in a few days. And while I don't have the life the world tells me I should have, I'm creating the life that I desire, and I'm loving the life that I have right now. I've been asked a few times this week as I'm preparing to go out of town to celebrate my 37th birthday with my girlfriends, how are you feeling turning 37? And I've been sitting in that and thinking that through for myself. I realized that I don't have the marriage. I don't have the house. I don't have the kids. I don't have like that safety net that can come with having that lifestyle. And I have friends that are married with children and things like that. And the world would definitely tell me that I'm behind, that I should have 3 kids by now. I should be headed to drop them off at school right now instead of headed to Barnes and Noble to do a little bit of reading, that I should be texting my husband to see how is work going so far. Instead, I'm headed to Starbucks to pick up my solo order and then take myself to a couple stores to do a little bit of shopping before my birthday, and then go to the coffee shop and read. Those are the things that I probably should be doing. And when I sat down and realized how unconventional my life is, I was like, wow. Now, I never in a million years would have thought I'd be turning 37 and I wouldn't have some of those things in my reality. I've desired to be a mom. I desire to be married and be a wife. And those things will come when they are supposed to come. But today's reality, I love what I am doing. I love my life. I am experiencing in real time how the pieces are coming together, how the things that I visualize, I do a lot of visualization. I love activations where you're listening to music that kind of just sparks. It's like emotive music where it just sparks like those emotions, those whimsical feelings when you are journaling and just jotting down and writing down what it is that you want. I am so big on how do I want to feel. I started really creating a lot of my goals from that space when I started to like clarify the words that were attached to how I wanted to feel and what that looked like for me. That helped me build my goals around pursuing those feelings. Like, what does freedom actually look like? What does quality of life actually look like? What does feeling abundant look like? What does joyful look like for me? And as a millennial woman, a lot of these things are attached to experiences for me. And I realized that I've chased experiences so much my whole life, but I chased it even more these past 3 years being in remission from breast cancer. I would go on solo dates in Atlanta to pretty much any restaurant you could think of that would very much be popping, like on a Friday night with girlfriends, meeting up with girlfriends or people on dates. I would be there by myself and I got so comfortable with it. I started signing up for cooking classes. I did an Italian cooking class and I loved it. I started just going on hikes and just taking myself out and creating a life that felt good for me, because I realized that I didn't know myself, and so much of who I thought I was died when I went through breast cancer. She changed, like she evolved. I didn't really know that woman. She was in survival mode. She had to be in survival mode because she wanted to live. So I didn't really know who I was anymore. And now that I was entering the other side of freedom, not being bogged down by 5 different doctor's appointments a week, meeting with my oncologist, meeting with my surgeon, meeting with my reconstructive surgeon, meeting with the radiologist, going to physical therapy. These were all the appointments that quite literally consumed my life for a very long time, if you will, from 2021 to 2023. So I didn't have to worry about those things anymore. I needed to learn who I was. And how do you start to figure out who you are? You spend time with yourself. You journal. You jot down all your ideas and your random thoughts. I spent so much time outside. You go where you feel happy. You spend time with what brings you joy. And to know what brings you joy, sometimes you have to take account for that. Sometimes you have to write that down. Man, I smiled today. I smiled because they wrote something cute on my Starbucks order. I don't know. I smiled because someone complimented me on my new eyeliner. Like I smiled because I got to see a rabbit do a cool trick outside of the park. Like I don't know, whatever that thing is that makes you smile and brings you joy. When you actually write it down, it keeps you in memory of it. And then you are building this like super dope list of your joy, like joy spotting. You build a list of things that just like spark you like that. And then the list keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. And it's so beautiful. And that's exactly what I spent so much of my time doing. And I love that. And it just hasn't stopped. But if anything, it's just evolved more. And getting to a place, I moved back home to my parents at 35. So it'll be 2 years ago when I made this move. And it wasn't out of a desperation. It wasn't from an emergency. It wasn't from anything like that. I moved out of sheer obedience because I could feel God pulling me back home to Michigan. And I knew it was God. I didn't even question it because I could see how he was just pushing me back in that direction, no matter how hard I wanted to stay where I was, because I started to really enjoy the life that I built with it in Atlanta. I enjoyed my community. I had access to the things that I loved, nature. I had about 5 or 6 favorite parks. Cardi had like the best doggy daycare ever that was up the street from my place. I loved my place. I was just in this space where I was so comfortable that I knew thriving was the next thing. I did not know rebuilding my identity was actually the next thing. I had no clue that me coming back home to Michigan would have brought about all this change and this mirror reflection of myself. I just would not have realized that I needed this time. I thought I had it together, but I was still broken. I was trying to rebuild parts of me that I had never really spent time with. And being back home where you are in the little small town that you're from, you are away from, your ultimate friends, close with family, right? But just away from things that normally create fun or keep you going. I'm not in a big bustling city. I'm quite literally out here in the country, honey, with the raccoons, the possum. Somebody was riding a horse the other day up the street to the liquor store. I don't know what's going on, but this is where I'm from and this is where God brought me back to. And I hadn't lived here in over, gosh, I don't even know how many years it's been, over 10 years, something like that. And it stripped me of all the luxuries, all the amenities, all the familiarity that I started to like grab a hold of while I thought I was creating this new life for myself. And it stripped me down of all of that to get right back to the foundation. I did not even know I didn't have a foundation. But the way God broke me down so tough in these past 2 years, I needed it. It had to be a part of the process. And as I'm reflecting and approaching 37, having even gone through many hills and valleys in that process of feeling alone, feeling isolated, feeling questioning my calling, unsure about my purpose, healing from a heartbreak, pivoting careers, right? After feeling very frustrated in working jobs, I realized I've just been working jobs and jobs and jobs, and I've fell into the lap of great paying jobs. I won't even say fell because I know God aligned things for me, but knowing that I wanted something more, I went back to grad school 2 years ago. As I've stepped into like all of these different versions of myself now, with who I'm becoming, I feel the most aligned, the most me than I could have ever felt. It's almost like when a storm hits, it's like Florida. When a storm hits in Florida, those palm trees are bending front, back, honey, side to side. But after the storm is gone, the sun comes out, the sky is blue, it clears up, and the palm tree is there standing and flourishing like it never even happened, you know?
Hello, welcome to Starbucks. We can make it started.
Hi, good morning. I have a pickup for Renee.
Renee?
Yes.
Give me just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see where we are on that.
Okay, thank you. And can I have a cup of ice for the tea as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have that ready for you as well.
Oh, thank you. So I'm just in awe, and I'm even more excited. I've gotten to a place too where it's like, screw the standards. And excuse my language, but like, screw the standards, because everything puts standards on us. Society puts standards on us. We put standards on ourselves. Our family will put standards on you, you know, wondering why are you not where you need to be?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
day.
You too. Oh my God. I love this. Thanks for stopping by. See, that's what I mean. Joy spotting. Society puts standards on us, like, and then we think that we have to live up to these imaginary metrics and standards that were never ours to live up to in the first place. That was never my responsibility, you know? And being like a woman that's now aware of that and like owning that confidently, owning where I am today confidently, knowing that I can still desire these things in the future and enjoy where I'm at today confidently. I can desire to have kids one day, or I could change my mind. I can desire to be married one day, but I can still rest and be settled in today's singleness. You know, I can desire to move out of the country sometime soon, but also find joy in the beauty of where I'm at and moving to a new city until I'm able to move into a new country. And I spend so much time doing visualization work. I think it's so important for every single person. When you are in a situation that is, it could be glorious and beautiful, it could be dark and heavy, no matter what it is, the power of visualization is so strong because you want to rest in the reality outside the reality, if that makes sense. You know what the reality is. Like, I knew that I was going through breast cancer, right? I knew what my 8-hour shifts at chemo would look like every Friday. I knew what work felt like for those 4 days out of the week. I knew what meeting with my doctor was going to be like, and the expectations and the routine, parking, checking in, getting my parking validated, going in there, sitting down with my mask on, waiting, and then going to meet with the doctor, getting blood drawn this way, and then waiting for this to happen. I knew all of those things, but my mind, even though my physical body was in the reality of that chemo chair, my mind was already visualizing on the life I was going to start living once I was cancer free officially. I knew internally in my spirit I was healed. I knew God got me. I knew I was going to be good, but my mind was centered on, okay, so how do I want to decorate my apartment? How do I want my new life to be? You know, what hairstyles do I want to wear? What reality do I want to have? How do I want to create some new experiences for myself? What are my new values now that I've gone through this? You know, where were my values lacking before, and why didn't I put time towards them? My mind was centered on crafting and stepping into the new main character energy of what I knew my life was going to be like after cancer. And that was so powerful for me. And I think that is a part of what also got me through, not just my faith spiritually, like I said, resting in the Lord. I feel like this is bullshit. But where I had my mind set on. When you're in a chaotic environment, when you're in a dull environment or an environment that doesn't feel lively or give life, you have to center your mind and your thoughts somewhere beyond your reality if you are going to work and push and leap into the next thing that you really want. Now, where I'm from is a very small city. If you're from a small city, you may know what I mean, where it doesn't always feel the most it doesn't always feel like growth or producing like good fruit. I can't think of the word that I really want to say. I guess progressive is the word. I'm not in a city that's like a progressive city, so to speak. It's very easy for you to get kind of sucked in the mundane of this city where attitudes aren't that positive, a lot of violence because the city's so small. Every other week, someone you know is getting shot or passing away, or someone that you know, something's happening. It's chaos, a lot of negativity. You got the small little city Facebook group, and it's nothing but just negative energy and negative environment. Now, I find beauty and joy in the places that I put myself. So I do have like my spots that I like to go to that are my outlet that restore me. I'm in the gym training. I'm centering my mind. I have quality relationships here, but a handful. But these have been quality relationships that have like proven the test of time for me. I do specific things where I know that I'm not going to stay here, and I know that I'm going to take what I need to take while I'm here to continue to build my character and build who I am for wherever God is taking me and wherever is next, and whatever desire that I have to experience a new life and a new reality. I allow myself to dream. I give myself the space to dream. I give myself the space to visualize, and I do it every single day. It's quite literally a part of who I am now. And I honestly couldn't even imagine my life without doing those things. I wake up, I have my devotional, I journal, I spend time in the Word, and then I visualize. Whether it's, me driving somewhere first thing in the morning, or me just sitting there through mid-journaling, I turn on like my emotive music and I start to visualize. I start to think about like, okay, what is life going to look like for me? What am I working towards? Where do I want to go? And now that I'm entertaining the thought of like time abroad next year, I'm intentionally planning my life and my finances to prepare for that. And 37? Girl, who am I? Who is she? I just would have never expected or saw any of this for myself. I love where I'm at. I love what I have. I love what I'm doing. And I know without a doubt that it is only getting better. I know that it's only increasing. I know that I'm only becoming more of the woman that I desire to be. I spend time learning myself. I spend time reading books that pour into not only my spirit, but like financial, mentally, physically, spiritually. I listen to things that uplift me. I watch TV shows that also do the same thing, right? I'm not a scary movie kind of girl. I don't like horror, anything. That's just me. I do things that like speak life into me in those different ways. And I surround myself with people and conversations that do the same thing. And even when it comes to my job, pivoting careers, it was a little like, oh, girl, going back to school at 35? You've been out the game for a long time, Renee. But I couldn't ignore the fact that I want my career to be different. And I wanted a career that is in alignment with who I am, with what my heart desires, with the type of the way I want to show up, the way that I want to give back to the world, the way that I want to be able to help support and guide people, the way that I really want other people to experience more joy while they're on this earth. Just the eye-opening lens that I've had through cancer, through ups and downs, through, bouncing back after loss, after trauma, and just experiencing the goodness of who God is in me. It's like I just want to take those seeds and just like throw them out there. Like all those little bitty seeds for a bird feeder, and you just like throw them all out there and just let people catch whatever seeds they catch. As I'm learning, as I'm developing, as I'm growing, I'm turning around and sharing it. I want to give it back because I don't want to keep anything inside or anything held in me. Like, I quite literally want to be a woman. When they say to like die empty, I quite literally want to be a woman that is able to die empty because she has done everything that God has called her to do. She has offered and extended courage to other people in the way He has called her to do. I've been able to be a woman that lives and lead by example through my life. And as I continue to refine myself, as I continue to work on things within me, as I continue to take steps every single day, that to me is so big for my career. And so that choice to go back to school was like a huge decision. It wasn't a small thing. It was like, okay, I could either go apply for another job in tech, or I could actually work towards what I want. And when they say you don't become a therapist to get rich, I see exactly what they mean. Not only do I see it through the student loans, but I mean, of course, like, the average pay. And I definitely understand what they mean when they say that. It really is something that you feel called to do. You have a heart to do. You have a longing to do. And I see myself doing it in a way that's just not conventional or traditional. I have given myself the most amount of permission in these past probably 2 years to live life outside the box. As a woman who has always been safe, as a woman who has always like colored inside the lines, as a woman who has always had a safety plan, cancer woke me up in that way. And this is no shade to anybody that does, I used to be like a control freak. I would need to know like what's going on, where are we going, why are we doing this, who's going to be there? Like, let me plan it. I got it because I can plan it better than anybody else. Or, I know what to do and let me take care of it. I used to always be that woman. Cancer snapped me out of that. There are still parts of me that respectfully, I like to do things in order, right? Like when I say in order, integrity, handling business, being mindful, timely, things like that, communicative. But the sense of like having to feel like I got to have control over everything. I got to have the last word for things. I don't care. I don't, because that's not the best use of my time, especially as a woman that knows how limited time is. When you experience something that shows you how short it is, it reminds you how quick it's gone, you tend to view time differently. And I like to put my time where my time is best spent. I like to put my time where it feels good. I'm not going to cry over things I can't control. I'm not going to whine. I'm not going to victimize myself. I'm not going to wonder, oh, why me? No, Lord, what you got for me? How are we doing this? Now, every blue moon, I don't request to be the strongest soldier, but you knew I could handle it, and you knew I could handle it for a reason. So show me what you got. Show me how good it's going to get. And that's just some of the mind shifts that I've been able to take on now in the past 2 years. So I feel like I'm stepping into 37 as like this whole entirely different woman. I'm somewhere between like Stella getting her groove back minus the relationship piece. It's just more of self, and like Eat, Pray, Love. It's like if those two movies came together, that would be me. What would we title that? Like, somebody put in the comments, what would we title that movie? I'm shouting out the person that puts it in the comments that comes up with the best idea. What would we title that movie? Stella got a groove back and Eat, Pray, Love. Like, I am smack dab in the middle, honey, just minus the relationship. And it feels so good. One of the best, greatest gifts, there's a few things that I'm learning that you can give yourself is your time, giving yourself your time, realizing the value of your time. and not just giving it to anybody, not just saying yes to anything, but being true about it and giving yourself the space to have clarity. Learn yourself. Please take time to learn who you are. Learn what you enjoy and why you enjoy it. Learn what you don't like. Learn what your dreams are and what part of those dreams do you actually want to be your reality. Spend time understanding the kid side of you. You know, what does your inner child need and why does she need it? Like today, my mom had to remind me, take a selenium. She give me a 1-a-day vitamin and a selenium. And it was like I was 6 years old again trying to take a Flintstone vitamin. Because I was like, oh my gosh. Y'all should have seen me. I was just like, oh my gosh, why is she does that to me every time she hears me sneeze. Did you take your vitamin C? Yes, Angel. Oh my gosh, girl. And she had to burst. She brought me my vitamins, honey. Angel brought me my vitamins in her hand. I was like, okay. But you know, connect with your inner child. Like, what does your inner child need? Where were you not as loved? Where do you need more nurturing? Where can you nurture yourself? What life do you want? What do you want the environment to feel like? Because you can have everything you want. It's just the battle of the mind to get it. It's the permission slip that you got to write yourself to be able to have it. You can have, be, and do everything that you want, but you need to know what you want first to even go after it. So that, I guess, would be my third point. Get clarity. Get crystal clear, and then get clear some more. So if you're new here, I'm Renee. This is Renee in Session, where every single day we design the life that we desire. We create the life that we really want on purpose, because that's the goal, right? Right. Subscribe, like, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.